About a year ago, I made a video on modern cartoons and why I don't like them. So I thought, why not talk about classic cartoons now, and why them I do like. Animation has been around a long time and comes in many styles, themes, and is perhaps my favorite method of storytelling. I love classic cartoons. As a matter of fact, it's shows like Looney Tunes, G.I. Joe, Kimba, and many others that inspired me to learn to draw and make my own stuff. They hold a special place in my heart, and though they're crude, simple, and downright silly at times, I found them charming, heartwarming, and offer a look into eras that seem like entirely different worlds than today.
Animation has been around since before the Roaring Twenties, and from then until the 1930s, there wasn't a whole lot of different material.
They were your typical rubber hose style flicks that would appear before much longer and story-driven films. They featured lovable and silly animal characters, some of whom live on even today. They were rambunctious adventures, the plot of which seemed completely mysterious or without context, and often left you wondering just how high were these guys. But their simplicity and innocent nature draws you in all the same and entertains you. Going into the 40s and 50s, we see more big-name companies developing more iconic characters, such as Mickey and the expansive Disney gang, Bugs Bunny, and the other hilarious slapstick tunes of Warner Brothers, and many others that we still enjoy today. These franchises had a bit more plot, as they were often based on the day-to-day adventures of the characters like Betty Boop, Woody Woodpecker, and Casper. You know, I always get a kick out of these little guys, especially that wascally wabbit. By the 60s and 70s, cartoons had exploded into so many genres and series, it was hard to get bored as a kid. Superheroes, races, mystery solving, and even educational programs were everywhere. But something else entered the scene about this time that has grown well beyond its Western counterpart. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking anime. Shepherded by men like Dr. Osamu Tezuka, anime was a new frontier in adventures, style, art, and entertainment that gave us a look into the imagination of another culture entirely. Shows like Speed Racer, Astro Boy, and Gigantor were revolutionary in their storytelling and thrilling adventures. And though anime has changed drastically since its original form, the theme of pushing boundaries, offering new perspectives, and the most awesome fight scenes ever is still very much alive, I assure you of that. Sure, the animation on classic stuff might not be all that smooth. The voice acting is mediocre at best, and it all seems a bit childish. But without these masterpieces, we might not ever have been able to experience the modern works that are so popular today. And whether it's the loony antics of the 20s, the slapstick of the 40s, the charm of the 60s, or the blatant product placement of the 80s, classic cartoons are a surefire way to entertain us, remind us of humble beginnings, and assure us of a promising future.